Welcome back, fellow gardeners. Before we even talk about lush leaves or vibrant blooms, I want you to think about what's happening beneath the soil, because that's where real plant health begins. If you're serious about transforming your garden, the first step is mastering your soil. In this guide, I'm going to take you deep into the unseen world under your feet, showing you exactly why healthy plants start below the surface and how to make that soil work for you. By the end, you'll understand the invisible ecosystem that determines whether your garden thrives or struggles, and I promise it's easier than it sounds. Don't forget to subscribe to Evergreen Garden and hit that bell so you never miss a tip, and drop a comment if you've noticed changes in your soil affecting your plants. Your experiences help the whole gardening community. The secret life of your soil is the key to thriving plants. Most gardeners focus on what they can see: fertilizer, water, sunlight, pruning. But the truth is, plants live most of their lives underground. Roots are the lifeline of every plant, absorbing water, nutrients, and interacting with a universe of microbes that either help or hinder growth. Healthy soil is teeming with beneficial bacteria, fungi, and earthworms, all of which break down organic matter into nutrients plants can actually use. When your soil is rich and alive, plants become naturally resilient to pests and drought. Conversely, compacted, lifeless soil makes even the hardiest species struggle. To test your soil's vitality, pick up a handful, squeeze it, and see how it feels. If it crumbles easily and has a sweet, earthy smell, you're on the right track. If it's hard and smells sour or chemical-like, it's a warning sign that your garden's foundation needs attention. Even small changes in soil health can dramatically improve plant vigor, flowering, and fruiting. It's important to realize that not all soil layers are created equal. The top layer, or topsoil, is where most nutrients are concentrated and where roots first expand. Beneath that is subsoil, often denser, with fewer nutrients, but still critical for root anchorage and deep water storage. Finally, the bedrock, or parent material, anchors the soil but rarely interacts with your plants directly. For gardeners, the first 12 to 18 inches are the most important. This is where you'll focus your soil-building efforts, adding organic matter and ensuring proper drainage. For example, if you're planting tomatoes, loosen the top 12 inches mix in a 50-50 ratio of compost to native soil, and slightly mound the bed to improve airflow around roots. This encourages a deep, healthy root system, which is why your tomatoes will resist blossom end rot and drought stress far better than plants grown in compacted or nutrient-poor soil. Soil structure is just as important as nutrients. It's not enough for soil to be fertile. It must be structured well. Loose, crumbly soil allows roots to penetrate easily and provides air pockets that oxygen-dependent microbes love. If your soil is clay-heavy and dense, you might notice water pooling after a rain, roots circling in pots, or slow plant growth despite fertilization. The solution is a combination of organic amendments and mechanical work. Start by mixing in coarse sand, aged compost, or well-rotted manure. Aim for roughly 1/3 organic matter for heavy soils and 1/4 for sandy soils. These ratios create a balance that improves drainage, aeration, and nutrient holding capacity. For raised beds, consider layering materials. Start with a base of coarse composted wood chips, then a middle layer of native soil mixed with compost, and finish with a lighter top layer of compost and leaf mold. This layering mimics natural soil horizons and keeps roots happy. Microbes and mycorrhizae are your secret allies. Beneath every handful of healthy soil is a bustling community of microorganisms that determine how effectively plants absorb nutrients. Mycorrhizal fungi, in particular, form symbiotic relationships with roots, extending their reach far beyond the plant's natural root system. In practical terms, this means better water uptake, stronger resistance to pathogens, and, faster growth. You can inoculate your soil with commercially available mycorrhizal powders, or simply enrich your soil naturally with compost tea made from a mixture of compost, water, and a teaspoon of molasses. Apply it around the base of young plants weekly for a month to give roots a healthy microbial boost. The role of pH and nutrient balance cannot be overstated. Even fertile soil can become ineffective if pH levels are off. Most vegetables and flowering plants thrive between 6.0 and 7.0, so that's slightly acidic to neutral. If your soil is too acidic, plants struggle to absorb calcium and magnesium. Too alkaline, and iron becomes unavailable, leading to yellow leaves. A simple soil test kit can tell you exactly where you stand. Once you know your pH, amend the soil accordingly. Lime for acidic soils, sulfur for alkaline soils. Nutrient balance matters too. Rather than relying solely on synthetic fertilizers, combine natural sources like bone meal for phosphorus, green sand for potassium, and compost for a mix of macro and micronutrients. For example, when planting peppers, mix a tablespoon of bone meal and 2 handfuls of compost per hole for optimal root establishment. Right, so water management really starts underground. Many gardeners, tend to overwater or underwater without actually realizing that the soil's composition is what controls water availability. Sandy soils, well, they drain quickly but don't hold on to nutrients, while clay soils can hang on to water but might suffocate roots if they get too compacted. Mulching with things like straw, leaves, or bark not only helps conserve moisture, but also feeds the soil as it breaks down. Drip irrigation is absolutely ideal for keeping moisture consistent right at the root zone, and it does so without causing any surface runoff. Just remember, healthy roots need both water and air. Balance really is everything. So, putting it all together for a thriving garden. Once you realize plant health truly starts below the surface, every gardening decision you make begins to shift. From choosing the right compost ratio to testing your pH, introducing microbes, and working on soil structure, your garden transforms into a proper resilient ecosystem. Healthy roots, you see, lead to strong stems, lush foliage, and of course, abundant flowers and fruits. Next time you spot a struggling plant, don't just blame sunlight or pests. Take a look under the surface first. If you apply even just a few of these steps, improving soil structure, adding compost, testing your pH, and inoculating with mycorrhizae, you'll notice, honestly, dramatic improvements in growth within just a single season. Start small, perhaps with a single raised bed or just a section of your vegetable garden, and then scale up as you see success. Remember, the real garden magic happens underground, and investing in your soil is, without doubt, the best guarantee for a thriving, low-maintenance and productive garden. If you found this guide valuable, do subscribe to Evergreen Garden for more in-depth tips. Share this video with fellow gardeners, and leave a comment about what soil techniques have transformed your garden. Your experiences really help everyone grow together.